Thanks, Brittany, for joining us today. Clearly TV is not new to you. You seem very professional and comfortable here. So can you tell us a little bit more about your broadcasting experiences?
Yes. So I started off in Jackson, Mississippi with a really cool program where I would pre-record them and they would go out all across the country. So it was really cool. So the first time I was forecasting for Billings, Montana, and I don't know if you're familiar with Billings, Montana, but it's cold there. And I had...
Big sky country, right?
Yes. I had no concept of like negative temperatures and how, and you could see the fear in my face for these people of like negative 42 degrees. Like, can people survive in that? Like, is that a normal thing? And then I transitioned into WCBI, and you know, I had a couple of very funny run-ins there. You know, when you're working in the morning show, you get up at 2 in the morning, and a couple of days after doing that, you start to get that foggy brain. And one fine morning, those winds were starting to pick up, and I decided to say the winds are going to fart instead of start. You'd be amazed by how many people were watching that morning and recorded it and made sure I was aware of what I said. So it was a fun time.
Well, very good. And so you've just added to that, Brittany.
Oh, yes, a couple more now.
Thank you. It's 7:43, and our special guest, Britney Warwick. Brittany, I believe your title is Chief Communications Officer or something close to that. So tell us what your role at Vance is all about.
Okay, so my role at Vance is to really connect the base to the community and help people who are in the community, if you do not know about what's going on at Vance Air Force Base, to give you that option. So we welcome school tours, or if you're wanting us to have someone come out and speak and kind of just let you know what's going on at Vance and how important our mission is and what we're really contributing to the greater Air Force.
Because it's amazing, in the 5 short years that I've been here, I still run into individuals that all they know is just the jets in the air.
Right.
They really do not know what takes place out at Vance.
And you said you had a meteorologist degree from Mississippi. Do you get to use that at all in your job over at Vance?
You know, it's more on a personal level that I get to use it. You'd be amazed.
Let's check with Brittany on the weather.
Yes, on a daily basis almost, somebody will pop into our office and they're like, Brittany, I'm going to Iowa. What's the weather like in Iowa? And I'm like, I'm not sure Iowa is even on a map sometimes. Just teasing. Obviously, know my geography, but it's for more personal use.
No offense, Iowa. Honorary Commander Program, a couple of years. I had the privilege of going through that at Vance. Explain to us what the Vance Honorary Commander Program is and how does someone get selected or involved?
Okay, so the Honorary Commander Program is one of my favorite. It gives people in the community an opportunity to really get to see what's going on. So I'm sure in your experience, you're connected with a commander on base or a leadership on base, and you then were invited to graduations, drop nights, things that you would have to have normally have access to the base and get to see what it's like for those students that are going through pilot training and how big of a time this is in their life and how important it is. So really just giving people the opportunity to come to base and see how it works. It is almost like a little community over there, and if you want to get in and see what it's like, it's a great opportunity.
I really appreciated the opportunity, and in my role at the City of Enid, I have various relationships with the leadership at Vance, but I want to say a special hello to Lieutenant Colonel Eric Castro. I think he's up in North Dakota, maybe Nebraska. Anyway, he was my cohort, if you will, and I got to know Eric a lot better during that experience, and it was really, really good. So
fantastic. Yeah, so right now we are starting the selection process for the honorary commanders for the next coming year. So if you are interested, shoot us an email, and we will see if we can hook you up with the right position for that. Our information is on the screen, and that information on the screen as well, you can email us or contact us for school tours, or if you would like someone to come out and speak at an event you're having. That's a great way to reach out to us.
Great. So you mentioned getting tours on the base. How would someone go about doing that?
As I mentioned, you would email us and we would set it up, and we're open to school tours, and even if you are just in the community and really would like to see what's going on, we are welcome to set up a tour, walk you through, possibly set up like a simulator ride kind of thing, and really see what really is entailed in these students' lives as they're going through pilot training at Vance.
How difficult, Brittany, is it to get on base? Say my 5th grade class wants to take a tour of Vance. What steps does a school or a classroom have to go through to get on base?
Right. It's actually a fairly easy process that I would walk you through hand in hand. We'd get some basic information and it's sent out to security forces. They'll do an easy background check and then we will have you on a bus and board you on, and they'll make sure the right people are coming on. But it is not nearly as hard as you may think if that was something that was holding you up of, oh man, I don't want to go through a whole bunch of paperwork or anything like that. It's a fairly easy process that I would be happy to walk through you.
It's 7:47 on this Thursday morning, holding steady around 45 degrees, working our way to 76 degrees today. Britney Warwick is our special guest. In a couple hours, Brittany, we will get back together for a particular meeting. Can you explain a little bit more about your role as this community liaison? What else is involved?
Right, so nearly anything that involves the community off base and the base, I'll probably be at it. So we will be getting together for the Altus Trophy, and that is a program where it highlights the community being involved with the base. So it's an award that the city can win that is really showing how involved we really are together and that connection between the two.
Very good.
So does your job take you around to different schools and civic groups that you get to speak to? And
it doesn't take me personally. I would rather send, an actual airman who is in the Air Force. I'm obviously just a civilian over there, but I am happy to set that up and find the perfect person to go out and really show off what we got going on.
But you can make that happen if they reach out to you and say, we have somebody at Rotary or at a Kiwanis Club or
yes.
or
We are happy to have someone speak at those events.
And Brittany, again, let's see if we can get that information back on the screen. We want to remind folks how to reach out to you, Britney Warwick at Vance. And is that a good number?
Yes, sir. That looks super accurate.
580-213-5250 in the Public Affairs Office of Vance Air Force Base. And chances are you will get in contact with Brittany and she can help you out with the tour, honorary commander program. And again, on the honorary commander program, there's an individual at the base is kind of reaching out to someone in the community. Is that correct? Or can somebody in the community raise their hand and say, hey, I'm interested?
Certainly they can raise their hand and say they're interested. There are some qualifications that we try to follow, some guidelines. We really try to reach people that have zero involvement in the base. So that way we reaching a greater, surrounding area. So if you already have a good connection with the base or already have a lot of information on that, we do ask to kind of let that be open to people who don't have any clue of what we do over there.
Yeah.